show. Tonight we are doing another movie commentary, and I'm digging on these things. I gotta say, I don't even mind if this is what this show becomes, because last week we did Rambo, not even Rambo, we just did First Blood, and this week we're doing Rambo First Blood Part 2, one of the most testosterone filled films of the 1980s. And of course, we have with us as always Robzilla.
Good evening.
And Dr. Venkman.
Howdy.
Okay, so Rob, how did you feel about this movie in the 80s, you know, when we first saw it in the theaters?
Well, I know when we talked about doing First Blood, the first Rambo movie, fantastic film, one of the best films of the 80s. I know we covered it on our Top 10 Tuesday shows.
Yep.
For me, I think it's one of Stallone's greatest. I didn't mind to, but we could have done without it. But like I said about so many movies, once we got around 85, 86 or so in the 80s, unless it was a brand new character or something goofy or a one-off like Over the Top, you would get all these movies that, like Chuck Norris, it's like you get so used to a film being a certain way, then all of a sudden, or they're a person, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, wait a minute, they just 80s-fied it, and I don't know what it would be. That's exactly what this movie is now. It's fun, and it's an action movie that has Rambo in it. It's not a Rambo movie. That's how I choose to look at it. So yeah, I go with that description. On that description alone, it's great. And if it came out today in 2019, as we're doing the watch along commentary, it would be one of the better movies of this year, if not one of the best, simply because there are no action movies like this anymore. Not even Mission Impossible, which is a great film, but totally different. So yeah, typical 80s film, Rambo 2.
I absolutely have to agree with almost everything you said, because you said typically. I think this almost embodies 80s action. Like, if you were to think of what is an 80s action film, you can almost point to this one and go, you know, if you see this one, you have literally seen all of them. Not in a bad way either. Not in a bad way.
Right.
This embodies what action movies were in the 80s. And I do agree with you. First Blood is a film. This is a movie. And the fact that he is not the he tries to play him this way when he has dialogue scenes, but he's not the put upon, can't find his way around the world Vietnam veteran in this movie. He is a Superman. He is a superhero. This is a 1980s version of a superhero where basically the one soldier goes out and wins the Vietnam War for us. You know, so there's nothing I could say that I think that you said wrong. You know, there's nothing you said that I think is wrong about this movie. It's just, how would you take it? Do you take it in a good way? Do you take it in a bad way? I prefer to take it in a good way, because this is just fun and over the top. It really is. And I remember sitting in the theater, and the one scene, we're going to talk about it when it comes up, where he just says, "Murdoch, I'm coming for you." I actually got pumped. The movie theater just filled with testosterone. It was just,
well, let's talk. Just talk for a minute about how huge this movie was. Not just the money that it made, but just how big of a social impact it was at the time. Because man, this thing was massive. This was the really summer movie.
I gotta ask though, was this the first movie you ever saw where they actually the soldier has PTSD, where he can't get out of he's still wrapped up in the war?
Oh no, you actually got a few of those. You got like the Deer Hunter, and you got Coming Home with John Voight. So there were movies like that, but
they're political movies, yeah, like Platoon.
Admittedly, we were younger, so you know we wouldn't watch a film like Coming Home and absolutely dive into that kind of thing.
Well, because the Chuck Norris movies, we kind of got that with a missing in action, you know, where he's, you know, kind of messed up. He's sitting there watching Spider-Man Amazing Friends, you know. So then
the vets, the POW MIA movement, for lack of a better description, became almost like public, where as teenagers growing up in the 80s, we were aware that that was a thing, but we didn't know exactly what it was unless you had family members in it. But it would definitely had reached, you know, the social consciousness, not just in the occasional film here and there like he's talking about, but just it was definitely a thing. And that's really the first time I think you really heard anything about it, because people that were in World War II, some people have mentioned to me when I was younger, at least the way I'm going to describe it loosely without being disrespectful sounding, is the fact that whatever experiences you had, you know, that's the horrors of war. You would just deal with them. And I'm not saying that's the answer, but the fact that this just became such a thing that it was a theme and a topic for these movies, trying to get the politics part of it right, you know, not being able to win the war, all that kind of stuff. You don't know, as a kid, you didn't recognize that. But this new thing, which I don't even know if they called it PTSD at the time.
Shell shock.
No.
Shell shocked. That's it.
Yeah.
You were shell shocked. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, you got, you know, I mean, that was all brand new. So the fact that it was in here is great, but I can see where somebody would look at this and go, damn it, they took something that was really powerful in the first film and just made it an action movie. So there may be some people that have strong opinions about it, and I would certainly understand that.
Well, also something that was going on around the time, all the people who had spit on the Vietnam War veterans were now becoming politicians. And there was a real awkwardness when it was ever brought up. You could see it in all the newscasts. You could see whenever a politician talked back then, they might have been involved in a little bit of hippiedom where they were calling soldiers names, and now they had to honor them or they wouldn't get reelected. And so you were seeing a turn. You were seeing like, well, are there POWs still left in Vietnam, which is what this movie addresses. And of course, later, I think it really opened it up when we got films like Platoon and Full Metal Jacket and Hamburger Hill and such. Yeah.
Yeah. This movie is the same year as I was born. So congratulations, guys.
You're young.
You're a child.
I know, right? Damn, we were almost driving at this
But
point.
I remember though. Well, you don't really talk about it here, but they talked about it in Mission to Action 2 with Braddock, where Braddock went back to get the POWs.
Uh-huh.
There was the whole thing was Reagan. It was really strong with Reagan. His first, I think it was his first term. He wanted to bring
1985 would have been in his second. Well, been in his second.
But I remember it was a big thing there. They're talking about how he this whole thing is like, I'm gonna get the POWs, every single one of them back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there's someone missing, that was his whole entire mission. And the crowd, everybody was really behind that stuff.
Yeah, well, Reagan was one not to be screwed with.
Yeah.
There was what was his name? Gaddafi, Rob. That
Muammar Gaddafi. Yep.
Yeah, he made the threats, and so Reagan opened the silos.
Oh.
And there was we have the line of death, and Reagan was like, "What? That one that we just passed? Oh no, I'm in this line of death." And he was like, "Oh, okay, let me step over that one too." Yeah. So yeah, Reagan was not one to be messed with. So,
but I gotta ask you though, it's probably been a while since you guys watched this. You know,
it has. It really has for me. I don't know about you, Rob. It's been decades.
I watched this. I don't know. We did a Kicking It review. I think we did. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we did a brief overview of Kicking It. I think over the summer about this movie, just because it was a summer action type movie. Kicking It, for those that are new to the commentary stream here, we usually do an action type movie. We have some playlists if you check the channel, but we basically just topically go over a couple scenes about it, talk about what the movie is, for the idea of being able to do a full commentary. So you'll see that as well on, say, our science fiction show, our horror show, and our snack show. So believe it or not, we do have all those besides this and the Top 10 Tuesdays on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And by the way, when this did come out on video, I watched it like it was one of the only films ever made. To me, it was just thoroughly entertaining.
You still have your VHS copies?
No, I haven't. I've gone into the future. I don't own any cassette tapes except for ones I made myself. You know, the whole suicide and this is where you find the bodies kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. So.
But my point being is, I was asking how long since you guys watched it. I want to say, I want to know what your opinion before you watch it again. Do you think this movie is better than the first one since you just watched the first one?
No.
Not even close.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me think about it. No. Yeah.
All right.
Look, okay, for what it is, for the genre of film that this is, it works. But like I said, we're talking about a movie versus a film. We're talking about popcorn versus something that, while it was action-packed, made you think. It actually had some strong emotion to it. And look, we all know Sylvester Stallone, when he's let loose, can act. That is something a lot of people lose. They think about Cobra and they think about, like Judge Dredd, and they forget. They're so involved in doing their Stallone imitations. They forget this man can act, and he can in movies that allow him to.
Because I know these movies have two different plots. This is the one where he goes back, the POWs against orders. The first one is him going against the cops. Now, do you like that better because he's going against cops, the corrupt cop?
Well, let me put it to you this way. In about 2 or 3 years from now, and by that I mean 1985, Weird Al Yankovic is going to do a movie. In it, he parodies Rambo First Blood Part 2 and gives exactly the same performance as Sylvester Stallone. That's why this isn't as good as First Blood. So there. Anyway,
just making sure you're not anti-cop. That's all.
No. Maybe anti Caruso. I'm not a big fan of his, but I don't know. But I'm all for Brian Dennehy, so it kind of it balances itself out. Nope. So. All right. So as we always tell people, right now we are sitting at the 25-second mark. If you have this film and you want to join us in on the commentary, now our versions have different times, so I don't know if I have, because you said yours is 1 hour 40 something, right?
135.49 for the remastered Blu-ray 1080p edition.
Yeah,
and mine's 136. So
135.56 for mine.
But we're seeing this. Excuse me, the second explosion, right? You'll see the horse, the TriStar thing. Then there's a couple of explosions, and we're at the 25-second mark. So if you set your movie at that point, you could join us in for, and we're going to give you some places go as we go. So that way you're not lost if you come in a little bit. I don't know why, I'm talking to people who are coming in late, they're not here. But if you get lost, we're definitely going to give you little markers as we go, not just what we're commentating on, but, so that way nobody gets lost. All righty. So anybody else have anything to say before we get this started?
Yeah, we're not going to leave anybody behind, okay? So you get lost.
Leave no man behind, right.
Pure Americana. And remember, this was a thing. This is where even today, if a movie came out that was even close to projecting us authentically, or at least the attempt behind it seemed that way, it'd make a crap ton of money, because that's the bottom line for it.
The sad thing is that I could also see it going the other way and it becoming a Netflix film right off. So want me to keep an eye on Pat Steelers for you, Rob?
Yeah, I just debuted the Rob's Redskin review, a quick review over the Washington Redskins' first week loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. So those that are interested, that's on a separate channel. Typically, we keep it to movies, but the great national anthem that was performed, awesome, by Jim Cornelius, I believe is his name, opera singer. He got me all pumped up. I'd posted a video of that. You'll find that in the America channel, I think, tagged along with some Chuck Norris stuff. So there's definitely a variety of things and topics that we're working on trying to organize in there, because we're getting enough things out there. So we might even have to put First Blood in this one and that, or just 80s awesomeness, something, because this movie, again, it's a lot of fun. It, like you said at the beginning, typical 80s movie, definitely worth watching. While it's fun, it's not nearly as good as the first one. But that being said, it's worth a watch, and that's what we're going to do now.
It's more fun than the first one. It's just not as good as the first one. And I think that is definitely what it has above First Blood. First Blood is more of a thinking man's Rambo film, while Rambo Part 2 is more of it's popcorn film. I actually had thought about it, but I don't like eating noises, even my own. So.
I kind of look at the First Blood being like surviving the game.
Oh, no.
Come on.
You're fired.
I didn't get paid. How can you fire me?
You're fired. Oh my gosh. I'm voting you off the Highland Mid.
But we talked about this on July, or around July, yeah, because I watched it on July 4th. I was like, dude, what better than watch Rambo 2, where he's just firing missiles at people and just watching them fly.
Right.
I mean,
well, we are literally 15 minutes into our commentary video, and we have yet to watch the movie. So I'm wanting to kick this thing off. So everybody get to the film here, and let's get this thing started. Tell me when you guys are ready to hit play.
All set.
All righty. 3, 2, 1, start. All righty. Get our Rambo on. Coincidentally, this is also the start-off set for Superman 4, Quest for Peace.
Yes, that was a real Tonka truck.
Yeah. I never understood the breaking rocks thing. Anybody know why they did that in prisons?
It's just to look cool. I don't know. Stone Quarry, I guess.
Real men don't wear mullets. They just let it grow out.
Yep.
And what time are you at for the people just starting?
If you're just starting, we are at 1 minute, 28 seconds. John Rambo is just meeting Colonel Trout, and he's just starting to talk to him.
Here's a cool fact. They use the Colonel here in the Metal Gear Solid games.
Okay.
Not the same voice, but they call the same style with whenever he show up on the little wristwatch communicator, it have his likeness with the glasses on, and he has a hat and beret. So I thought that was kind of cool.
So James Cameron actually wrote a first draft of this.
Sucked from what I heard.
He was supposed to have a comic sidekick.
Wait, we could have got another Rob Schneider
Yep.
knockoff.
And they're meeting in Thailand.
Yeah, when you're watching this like older, when I was younger, I didn't really notice all the political stuff in here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, one of the big jokes is that Sylvester Stallone wasn't in Vietnam. He was actually coaching girls soccer. So when he says, "Do we get to win this time?" It's like, what do you mean? The girls soccer championships? Sure.
I love the music though. 80s sound effects.
Oh, I love the fire in the words when Rambo First Blood pops up. Yeah,
Can we get that for Xtreme Movie Show?
Yeah. We're at 4:05. Yeah, I know, right? I would love that to be our. Oh, by the way, I've seen this. I've seen this Buddha. Actually, there's many Buddha across Thailand that look like that. Yeah.
Jim Nicholson.
But I would love for us to get an Xtreme movie show that's on fire.
You remember who's in here though, right? They just listed his name. Martin Cove.
Martin Cove is
Cobra Kai.
Priest. Okay.
Oh. This is before you
Oh, yes, of course. Okay. Duh.
I think Karate Kid was after this. Or maybe the same year.
This was nominated for an Oscar? Wow.
There he is. Finally, a rule he's not a jerkin. But it feels out of place though when you watch everything else. When he's been in, he's always the bad guy.
This was nominated for Best Effects and Best Sound Effects Editing.
That helicopter sounds real.
Lots of great hair in this scene, walking away from the copter.
Yeah.
We're at the 6:05 minute mark.
No, that guy plays a great jackass. He really does.
And there is just a little bit delay on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's right. We got to talk about that.
Underworld Dream wants to know who is going to be the comic sidekick.
Oh, no, it didn't make it. It was all in the first draft. Sylvester Stallone read the script. He didn't like it, so he didn't like the fact that the sidekick had all the cool dialogue. And James Cameron gave all of the prisoners backstories, and Sylvester Stallone felt that they were just, it was just too much. So he started taking it out. And this angered James Cameron because, as his quote is, they might as well have just been going to Vietnam to get a can of beer. Yeah. I always thought that Charles Napier was Brian Dennehy light.
Give me a can of pop.
Yeah, it is ridiculously hot in Thailand. I mean, like, ridiculously hot.
Yeah. How come the other guy's sweating, but Crove's like, I'm fine. That's what I want to know. He's the only one. It's so hot here.
Maybe because he's wearing a tie. I don't know.
The Reagan picture in the back, you see that a lot in the 80s where it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Now they have Trump. You guys ever attempt to play the video games with these? When the original NES?
I don't know. I don't remember playing a Rambo. I might have. So very important. He said, don't engage the enemy. You're just supposed to take pictures and come back.
Rambo doesn't take pictures.
I don't take a picture. He says that we're supposed to leave him there.
That is just a thing work. Give me a gun instead.
Oh, here's something. So I'm on the Mekong River between Thailand and Laos. And I was like, well, you go swimming in the river. And Riam told me, no, you don't. Because if you go too far across, you'll get shot. And I was like, wait, what? And you could actually see military posts where people are, where soldiers could be. Now they're not always there, though. I noticed that there wasn't always a soldier in one of these posts. Like we would drive down and there'd be none, but then occasionally you'd see a soldier in one of them.
Dude, this is a good scene.
I'll tell you what, let's fight. I'll have a gun, you have your mind.
Now you see him just walking around. He's like, is he listening? breathes right back to him like a smartass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Rambo's taken
oh.
in the scene of the fact that, hey, you're getting a lot of information that back when we were actually in Nam 10 years earlier or whatever, we didn't have all this blinking, flashing lights and stuff too. So, but it's the same old, same old.
Yeah. And then they're just blinking and they're just flashing. And yeah.
I was trying not to say that. Yeah.
I'll always remember that, man. Airplane 2. He calls home. Great freaking line.
We are right now at the 11-minute mark.
What you choose to call hell.
There you
he
go.
Calls home.
It's like the Commando scene. Rambo has his own where he suits up.
Yeah, he really slimmed up and got a sleek looking kind of physique for this one, as opposed to like when he was doing that.
Dude, I have that knife. When I was younger, when I saw this movie, I went out and bought the knife. When you see what happens next, I'm like, it was a whole waste of getting all that gear for no reason. Fujifilm? Oh, it's a Nikon camera.
Yeah. We used to call this the A-team scene.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, equipment up.
Yep.
Cue the music and let's get ready for the operation. And that's a key scene. It gets you in the mood for it. You're going to see all the stuff that you're going to see later, which is always neat. It gives you some
I love that font, though, on the explosives container.
Yeah.
Those planes are like death traps. How cramped they are.
Yeah. You know, my dad is he's a Vietnam vet, and he is on some of the forums, and he catches a lot of people. They use that kind of lie. Well, I was in this platoon and that number of whatever, blah, blah, and I was in this area. And my dad knows. He would be like, no, because this is the platoon that was over there. This was, you know. So, yeah, people who know their crap who've actually been through it.
Yep. You never forget that stuff either.
Like, why? Why would you go to a forum of actual Vietnam veterans and pretend to be a Vietnam veteran and think you're going to get away with it?
Why do people argue on Twitter?
Mm.
We'll never know.
Hey, Ahsoka is here. Everywhere around the world, they would shoot you for crossing a border, except for the West.
Whenever they show the radar, I think of Spaceballs. Hey, Jam, the radar.
I'm just getting a lot of flashbacks now with the command center and the colors of Rambo flying of Escape from New York. And I don't know if there's any relationship between people who worked on it or not, but getting video like this of flying at night, that's legitimate video that they splice in, that was not always the easiest and cheapest thing to do at the time. Like right here, we're at right now the 15-minute mark, he's putting on the goggles, getting ready to jump out.
Yeah, they would do stock footage like this, flying clouds, and I'm sure you could find it in some other movie. Or they would like maybe take it from The Shining and then or Blade Runner, and then they would just make it look like night rather than day.
Yes.
And that is no way he's in any kind of aircraft.
A little unnecessary drama here.
Yeah. All it does is make everybody look incompetent.
Right here. Rambo's great, except for jumping. He cannot jump out of planes.
Well, no, that's not him. It's the equipment
I know.
that faltered. You know, he was supposed to jump, and then, of course, that pulls the chute and such. And
I got it. Don't worry, guys.
I don't know if I would have cut the pack rather than the line, but
I know, right?
yeah. But you got to figure this is flight, so they're like miles off.
Don't worry, he'll be like Jean-Claude Van Damme, just walk here in 3 days.
This isn't just like a few hundred feet or a little bit. This is way, way off where he was supposed to land.
Right?
It's going to take him 20 hours just to get back to the original landing zone. That is nice.
There's some beautiful scenery here.
Yeah, really just running through the jungles of Los Angeles.
Somebody's backyard. Hey, get off my lawn. My bad.
Right at the 18-minute mark now, he's got the knife out, and he's pulling out the compass and checking it, and he's getting ready to take out the snake by hand.
Yup. And he throws it away. I'm good. It's a rubber snake then. So you got the compass on there and everything. That's cool. They sell those now. You can buy them at different places.
Oh, for a while, the knives he's got with the compass, the place with the matches, the whole 9 yards, those were really popular. We used to go to this mall in Lake County, and you could buy them. And they would sell them to kids, too. We used to buy nunchucks, throwing stars, knives.
Right?
Yeah, they trusted us a hell of a lot more than they trusted you. That's for damn sure.
It reminds me of the South Park where the Butter's got a ninja star in his eye.
Oh, yeah. Where they all got their special weapons.
Yeah. That was us, man.
Right?
We used to have all sorts of ninja weapons.
All right. Now he's in the Forbidden Ruins. About to meet up with Lara Croft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unnecessary female.
Dude, there is nothing unnecessary about 1980s Julia Nickson.
He needed her shirt for the bandana.
Oh, that's a good point.
Julia Nickson. She was a cutie.
She did other movies too.
Yeah, she did a few. One thing she did that I liked was Pierce Brosnan did an Around the World in 80 Days, and she was in that.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one.
All the way not safe. I like how she does it purposely. But she can speak perfect English. Here goes my favorite scene. Coming up.
So we're supposed to have a right-wing Troutman, a left-wing Murdoch, and Rambo is right down the middle as far as the politics are concerned when it came to the politics of Vietnam.
At the 21-minute mark, Rambo's already counted every single person, all the bad situations. He's just done a threat assessment level.
I mean, I love this movie. I mean, I wouldn't have ever got Hot Shots if it wasn't for this.
So they're in Mexico.
Yeah, Guerrero,
And-
Mexico, I
yeah.
think, or Chihuahua.
And it says they had a hard time finding extras because they needed Asian extras.
Right?
You bring American money? Yeah. So they're meeting with these evil, disgusting, crude pirates, and they're going. Oh,
He
it's upriver.
overpaid.
I guess upriver.
He could have
Now,
gotten away with a lot less.
I see this boat, and it reminds me from watching African Queen now.
Good movie.
Little tugboat down the river.
You know, I do say, of course, Julia Nickson, she's gorgeous, or at least she was in 1985. But you are right. This is something that movies do even today. They just add in the unnecessary love interest.
Well, eye candy's one thing, and that's a legitimate thing. But here, I mean, obviously, it's just, you've seen that they've got Russian weapons and everything too. But it's just, you're right. He's supposed to be neutral. Rambo is, so they try to get an emotional connection with her in this movie as a part of it. I just don't know if it's going to work. It just feels forced. That's all for what he's doing. It doesn't need to be there. I'm guessing these water scenes were shot over in Thailand or Vietnam, and the land stuff was more in Mexico.
Yeah, well, that's green screen. If you look at her head and around it, you can actually see they didn't exactly. Now you can see it on him too. They didn't exactly nail it. You see a little fuzziness around their heads. Yeah. So. I do like the fact that they're sweating. They didn't dry them off because you would be.
Yep. I love that knife.
See,
See it.
yeah. You can. Oh my gosh, it's hard to look like when they do the transitions. Like the wide angle is so absolutely green screen. It's hard to look at. It's just not. It's not done well. I mean, in 1985, okay, but considering what they had already done with it, of course, now you've got YouTubers doing better.
Such a torturous movie. I'll go to America. No, you won't. Isn't she also Korean too?
Julian Nickson?
Yeah,
No.
that she's like South Korean.
Whatever she is, in the 80s, she would just say, "Oh, Asian,"
Yeah,
and that would be it. I mean,
No,
check
we
the
would say
box.
Oriental.
You're right. It would be Oriental. It didn't get to be Asian until maybe later. Yeah, Oriental.
And then people started going, things are Oriental, people are Asian.
Yep.
But
Singapore.
already, Rambo spoke more just in that scene than he did in the entire first movie. It seems like we're just over the 26-minute mark now. Troutman's talking to the other dude.
But I like that speech where he's talking about being expendable, and I wouldn't doubt that's where he got the title for his future films. Troutman's starting to think, yeah, they really were just gonna cut Rambo. No matter what he found or what he did, they were just gonna leave him.
He's got addiction to coke, man. It's the second one.
Say again?
That was the second product placement with the Coca-Cola.
Oh, got to get your money some point in time. It'd be kind of silly if they're running through the jungle and there's a Coke.
Next, he's gonna take a package of Advil.
Or the worst is that double team line of Coke machines in the Coliseum. So Julia Nickson is from Singapore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember. I think it was the late 80s when that kid did something he shouldn't have in Singapore, and they caned him, and then everybody had a freak out about it. You do not mess around in Singapore.
At the time of filming, there were close to 2,500 Vietnam vets still missing in action.
Uh-oh. Here comes Ingleseed's favorite part. The hot girl on a motorbike.
Okay.
Psycho girl, whore from village.
Everybody rides motorbikes, and seriously.
Oh, yeah.
In some ways, they don't even care about life or limb. I saw some kids riding side saddle, like 3 on one seat. Then you've got a family that will be balanced with their stuff. It looks like, God dang it, you don't care about your kids.
The baby strapped to the bungee cord.
Not even strapped. Heck, I even rode a motorbike where we went out to get cakes. It was me and Reem and her niece. Her niece was about 2 years old. Maybe no, she was 3, and she rode between us. Like it was me and then her, and yeah. And at first I was like really super. Hey, she held on. Reem had a hold of her. She thought it was the greatest thing. Both of them did, because I was much bigger than them, and I kept them warm from blocking the wind.
Yeah. Ahsoka's asking, why do you put a toddler on a motorcycle? Because he wants to go fast.
Well, typical culture over there, bikes, all that sort of stuff. I mean, and it's not a big deal once you start doing it from a young age. You just it's just different than what we do here. Oh, certainly.
I would love if we had that kind of thing here. People would watch out for the bikes, and it was just easier to jump on and go. Obviously, if you went long distances, you would have a car, but it was kind of nice, to tell you the truth. I don't know if it'd be nice here, though.
Real Comic Stacks, good evening. We're, of course, doing Rambo 2, commenting along. We are almost at the 31-minute marker now. Rambo's on all fours. He's doing the ninja crawl. Now we're looking at the hut. He's assessing the situation, and he doesn't like what he sees.
That's, yeah.
Stacks, but we're bringing some fat money, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Soka, there's just overregulation everywhere. It's insane. So yeah, to your point, we're countries that are developing that don't have it. You see those kinds of things, and it's not a bad thing too. To E's point, but over here, God forbid you cross the street the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. In some ways, I do know in some ways Thailand was more free than we are now, but in some ways, definitely not. Like if you said anything bad about the king, you're getting your ass thrown in prison. You just don't do that.
Well, they had less regulation. That's all I mean.
Yeah, they actually don't have they don't have the amount of police officers we have here. There was one instance where they pulled us over. We were riding on the bike and I didn't have a helmet. So they were like, it'll be 50 baht. And I'm like, okay, where do we go pay it? No, you pay the cop. So, yeah, I've bribed more than my fair share of Thai cops while I was there. But okay, 50 baht for that's about $1.10 maybe. I like this scene where he's walking around. He saw that, yes, indeed, there are prisoners. This whole thing is just setting up for the big battle. You know, you get to see the set that he's going to be running around. So we get a perspective of where everybody is and how he has to move about and move around later. Now, I think that's what this scene serves to do, is to give us perspective on where he's going to be fighting.
Yep.
So it's not as random when it comes time to start shooting people up. It kind of looks like the Ewok village.
Right?
No, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah. They always say that are real trees in the Ewok village. These are fake plants. These are rubber trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the 80s vacation, all these types of movies, I think pissed off Hollywood a lot, not because of them making money, but because it really touched the heart of a lot of people that really believe in the American type of ideal and freedom and all that
Yep.
stuff. And
Yeah.
the 80s were supposed to be seen as partying, and we don't have to do that. Then you get something like this or Chuck Norris. I mean, it's like, my God, these conservative values, man, full display in this movie.
Nowadays, you wouldn't be able to do any of this. Your villain has to be white.
Oh, they wouldn't go for this movie at all. I don't
No.
think this movie could be made today. Not in modern Hollywood. It would definitely be it would be good shot. I like the fact that his bow and arrow sounds like a shooting gun.
Yep.
The sound effect. Pew!
Dude, the grenade tips are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He uses them again in number 3. I like that the barrel they have for cooking their food in. Guys all butt naked walking out.
You got the
like
point.
that. Yeah, oh my gosh, you said that.
Didn't you see it coming?
Yeah.
Game of called just the tip.
Take your arrow. You may need it later.
And he's gone.
At least
You guys-
you hide the body.
Are you guys counting the kills?
Oh God, I don't do that when I'm watching. No, we are at the 36-minute mark
And
almost.
so far, he killed 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could start counting kills. I could do that. I'm all for it. Sure.
The guy with the knife, and then that guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, what's that mean? He goes, okay, we got 1 hour to extraction. And he says, I hope for his sake, we're not just wasting fuel. Unless he means, I hope he hasn't been captured or killed. Sure, fine. But it sounded like a threat. I hate wet shoes. That would be I'm in Vietnam and people are chasing me. I've got wet shoes. It sucks.
Yuck. Well, there's that. The snakes, spiders, any other parasites are in the water?
Oh, and dragons. The Komodo dragons and stuff.
I was gonna say wrong part of the country.
I was riding a bike. I was actually on a bicycle, and we stopped, and I was like, "The hell!" I heard some noise, and one was just running along. It was like, there it is. I would never think to see one here, but
No.
Nobody was surprised except for me. But then again, I saw an elephant walking down a street once, and nobody looked twice. So
you heard what he said about what year is it? It's 1985. The guy just looked distraught. So he's been there for a while.
Well, Vietnam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he just carries them. They went this way. I could tell by their footprints in the marsh.
So she speaks in broken English, but she knows terms like LZ.
Yeah.
When in reality, she's from Singapore and probably speaks better English than anybody on this panel.
That's the slowest getaway ever.
Mm-hmm.
He could have ran faster.
Got that J&B whiskey there in the back.
Yeah.
Hey, people taking American money aren't selling it. I like how Rambo just didn't flinch there. He took the slap. That's cool. That's like, okay, you know what's up. Ha 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 ha. I tell you, young girl. Here we go.
Yep.
No sound like old CBS gunshots like from the Wild West.
So I just counted. They're up to 6. There's the 7th. Are we only counting Rambo kills or just death in general?
Well, I think she only gets 1 kill.
Well, she just got 1 right there.
Yeah.
So that would depend if Rambo's up to 6 or 7 right now. Hey, why would you waste ammunition like this?
Right?
I mean, you lay down some fire as he's coming up to the boat. Okay, fine. But after a while, it's just a bit over.
See, I don't understand why he abandons the bullets. They didn't shoot the motor. They only shot straight ahead.
Okay, I can only count that as 2. We only saw 2 people on that boat, so that's up to 9.
Then the guy choking him. Yeah.
No, the guy's lifting him. I find to be unbelievable, but okay, there we go. 10. But
I'm gonna scream.
We get a knife through the chest for the 10th kill. I love that whole exploding boat diving into the water thing. God, I love the 80s.
Just destruction. It's like explosions.
You made a Rambo.
And these are not. Do you notice that those aren't CG? Those are actual real explosions.
Yeah, there was no CG back then.
Exactly.
Well, there was, but it was really you would definitely be able to tell.
Yeah.
They were not doing complex stuff. Like I think the young Sherlock Holmes had a CG character, and it showed up in the Black Cauldron. Occasionally, it would show up, but it was nothing. So all the special effects you're seeing, they're real.
Yep.
You have value, white man.
Let's go with
Well, the
you.
prisoners really got the Steve McQueen Papillon look going on. I mean, I'm like really shocked at how similar he looks to him.
Yeah. Okay, if you're swinging a machete in the jungle and you're hitting trees, you're not doing it right.
I know, right? Here, clink, clink.
You're really trying to get the grass in front of you instead of, you're not cutting down a tree to get it out of your way.
There it goes now, land zone. In the rice fields.
Yeah, if they're filled with water like that, you're not going to be running through them that easy.
Yep.
I have had this experience.
No, those are my crops down there. Oh well.
No, right fields because they're Asian.
Yep.
No sugar canes.
I worked in Ream's rice field for a little bit.
Was there much water like there is there?
After a while, yeah, but it was brown.
Yeah,
I've got some pictures.
There's just an open field so they can have their little planted explosions go off.
Yeah,
so we can go, oh, it's an action movie. Nothing's really happened
you get a
here.
sniper. You would just get a sniper. Why would you waste all that artillery when you could just, get somebody with a decent shot?
So the helicopter that he's flying right now is basically going to be the same helicopter and Rambo's going to fly away in. They must have only had one.
Okay, if we're counting, that's 12 and 13, or 11 and 12.
Oh, the mud. Ugh.
13, 14. As the guys firing from the helicopter. Okay, we are at the 44-minute mark, and we just have Murdoch getting all angry because Rambo actually has a POW.
He wasn't supposed to.
$15. Oh no, that's 16.
Oh, here's the turn that he didn't suspect, even though he trained Rambo.
Yep. Yes, you would think that Troutman could take these guys out.
And I pointed out with our review that he was supposed to be even more deadly because he's smarter.
The thing is, though, like, if you worked in Vietnam, you're a Vietnam soldier, you hated this. You hated the plain suit guys. You hated the CIA guys coming and tell you what to do. So you would think they wouldn't listen to him, and they would actually go try to rescue them. For the movie's sake, they had to make it that way.
AK-47. Whenever you need to kill every MFer in the room, except no substitute.
When you need a gun that they won't jam underwater.
There you go.
Big speech coming up.
Yep.
See you, Stax. Have a good night. America.
Money. See, I never understood that about America anyway. Now, okay, maybe with Vietnam, maybe with Iraq, we went in. But if they start and we destroy them, why pay them back?
Yeah, he's anti-war guy.
Yeah.
Rambo.
You're the one that's making a mistake. What mistake? Rambo. You pissed off the wrong Italian. Did you see his porn film? He is going to do to you what he did to those women.
Wild stallion.
Yeah. The Italian stallion. Yeah.
Now we're at 48-17. I'm showing he's got leeches on him. He's looking up at the guard. This is cool stuff when you get to see this kind of decadence, because right now, halfway through the movie, there's really basically nothing's going on. I mean, seriously.
We had a few action sequences.
Yeah, a few 80s explosion packs, the fake blood shots. That's about it.
The boat fighting, everything. They found out the story, yeah.
But wasn't terribly exciting.
That's exactly what goes on in a lot of films. This is kind of structured like a horror film. You do the setup, you get the characters, you get the plot going, and then the last half is all the death.
Those are fake rubber leeches that they use it in the African Queen. But
I am
Russian. The Russians
guy,
were the default
one.
Bad guy because they're freeing commies back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So here we go. It's not just Orientals, it's the Ruskies.
Yeah, that was the thing with the Dolph Lundgren did one called Red Scorpion. Another Russian thing.
When Rambo is being tortured, he shouts, but his mouth is closed.
There you go. There's the butt scene.
Unmotivated, shitty butt scene. Because at this point, he's filled with pig shit. He's covered in pig shit and leeches.
I'm so glad he has actual underwear on.
That's cool. Scraping the thing off.
With his own knife.
Yeah. Ed, we're just over the 50-minute mark in Rambo 2. We're at 50-20 on my clock. The Ruskies have just came into town.
The main Ruski doesn't sound like he's Russian at all.
No. This guy's been around a bit, though. This Steven, his name's Steven Burkoff. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Clockwork Orange, Octopussy.
Yeah.
For the James Bond fans, Beverly Hills Cop. He plays one of the bad guys.
guy that was just pistol whipping on him's been around too. This Asian with the hat.
Yep.
Here's the guy who looks like Vinnie Jones, the Russian version.
Vinnie Jones.
The
That's funny.
Ruski version.
See, I wonder if they had a scar chart for continuity purposes from the first film only here for Rambo, because they keep showing like his back there, where in the first movie in the jail we got to see it.
Yeah,
Just
they
made me
would
think of that.
They would have to take they would take pictures.
Yeah,
And that's one thing. Like when everybody's called to lunch or anything, somebody comes around. They're supposed to take Polaroids of the set, so they could say, "Okay, this was left here. This is here, and this is here, and this is here."
Cooking the knife for now, trying to intimidate him. I'm gonna burn you with a knife.
Yep. Fuck you. That's so awesome, man. I love this film.
Put him on the bed. He goes. I don't.
So Ed, when I stop talking, we will be exactly at the 53-minute mark, which is approximately in 1 second now.
There you go.
So she's coming up dressed on the bike as the town slut, sloot, I should say. So she's breaking back into the place to get Rambo out.
Yeah, looking good too. She
Too much clothing for Whirly. They're electrocuting him now.
Not really.
That guard approved though.
Oh my gosh, he does look like Vinnie Jones.
I told you.
Dude, that is weirdly. Dude, yeah, it's like that must. If I were Vinny, I'd be checking the heritage. Seriously.
As I was watching July 4th, I'm like, wait, is that Vinnie Jones? Like, no, it's not.
That really does.
This is older brother. So
I always wondered, could you really make a bed spring electric chair like that? I've always wanted to make that.
Hey, jumper cables and car batteries. There you go.
I guess so.
And you need your receiver from your stereo.
This is where you find out that he was betrayed.
We do have a great scene though coming up,
Oh,
if I recall.
This, like I said, I remember seeing this in the theater, man. When he does this, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
So,
Vinnie Jones, get him.
see, he did. He had his mouth closed, and he said, "You may scream. There's no shame." Hmm? Sylvester Stallone needs to work out.
He needs to lighten up.
No, guy's got abs on his abs.
Right? Those are the roids. She's got two now.
I do like how he's left-handed, so he's firing the bow off left-handed. But it looks like she was carrying a gun, but I don't remember if she was left-handed or not.
Hmm.
That's a knife.
Now he's doing the Indiana Jones thing, gonna burn him in the eye with a knife that's on fire.
That is cool looking though. You know what's coming.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. One more scar for them to keep track of.
Yeah, but cauterizing it as soon as he cuts it because it's so hot. Red heat.
Good movie, by the way. Schwarzenegger and
Yeah.
one of the Belushi brothers. Oh, and the Vietnamese soldier there, he's been in everything as well. He's all over the place. His Vietnamese self is named George Chung.
Actually, this movie is a lot more restrained than what I remembered. Of course, we just remember the big ending. But yeah, like I said, we're over 57 minutes now in.
Only 17 people killed so far.
But that's just 80s stuff. It's not personal. It doesn't really count, you know. And here it's like, wow, you got so much coming up.
Yeah.
It's got it all lined up there.
Oh, 18. She killed somebody as the when she was playing hooker.
Yep.
Murdoch, I'm coming for you. I just like the whole thing where he tightens his grip around it and everything. Just
I wanted him to say, "Good morning, Vietnam."
Good morning, Vietnam.
No.
Did they make fun of this scene in VHF? Or was?
Okay, now I know actors, you know, and I know what's going on here. The sniffs, the everything like that, that's him. Go play soccer, Vinny.
Now is Chris? Is he holding a Pepsi?
Budweiser.
He sees her and he's like, okay, plans changed. Here it is. I love this scene.
I love.
Oh, that's so fucking awesome. The lightning goes off and everything. Murdoch, I'm coming for you. So now we've got 19 dead, assuming the Russian died. 20. 22. I love the music though. Dun 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 dun. Okay, the Russian didn't die, so it's 21.
Yeah, I know. Sucks. Have a
He'll
grenade,
get his. He'll get his.
I love the grenade lobs.
There's 22. But running down the river like that, it's just, you're in a tunnel. It makes it easier for them to get you. And a grenade would not cause a smoke screen, by the way, like that. Well, maybe if it's a smoke grenade, but in the water like that, it would.
How he lifts the barbed wire up with his hands.
Oh, he's getting cut. Yeah.
It wouldn't let go of his hand though if he did that.
Oh no, it would.
Without taking part of his hand.
No, see, the barbed wire, it's got two spikes like that. It would go in one way. It does. It's not like it goes in. It's jagged. Yeah.
But I love this how he, when he goes back to kill all of them.
Yeah.
Where he just blends in with everything. It's awesome.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely have to talk about that when we get to it.
Oh.
But I got to say something, of course, I never noticed younger is I do like the score. I think the score is pretty decent here.
Can you imagine watching it without the music?
One score that I realized is not as good if you listen to the soundtrack, Terminator 2, dun 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 dun. That's it all the way through. But this is pretty fun. Now you would not want to be running there. We already saw that's open. Stay in the tree line.
Right?
What are you doing? Yeah, like them right there. They're in a corridor. If you're running down a river, that's just bad tactics, man. Why would you even step out into the open when you know they've got superiority of the air? Come on, Rambo, you're better than this.
He did it on purpose. He's trying to get rid of the weight.
All right, come on, man. What up?
Hold on, I need to climb over this giant rock.
It's not like you're being chased by dogs. Stay in the tree line, man. You don't have to run through the water every 5 seconds. Come on. Murdoch, I'm coming for you.
We made it.
What were we at? We're at 27, I believe. Right?
I'm at 103.21.
No. I mean for death count. We are at 103.46 is where I am. We just have Julian Nickson and Sylvester Stallone sitting on the rocks chatting. This is the slowdown. This is going to motivate him to really go on a murder spree because we're going to get her backstory. And you know what happens in a Vietnam movie whenever anyone gives a backstory? Doesn't go well.
Well, Rambo, whenever someone wants to love him, they die.
Yeah.
He's only got the colonel.
Well, she's hot. Plus, she's a soldier, so she's somebody that knows. So he would be able to relate to her in certain ways.
Zero chemistry, bro. Come on.
I want to go to America. You won't go to America.
I think they've got some.
Like they really hype it up too, emotional. Like, take me with you to America.
This is the fake 80s romance nonsense just because it's bombastic. No,
don't buy that. No, don't buy what she just said. Take me with you because, and I know this from experience.
Green ticket, baby. Come on.
Thai girls, they want some falang to take them to whatever country they live in. That is just something.
First of all, I would never hide, but if I'm being chased, I get away from the river because you're open.
He goes back for the pack and boom. See, that's why you don't give a backstory, and that's why you don't do little messages of love. That's 28, by the way, 29, 30, 1.
Are you right? Yeah, you're right.
Now, should I count her being dead? Because otherwise we're up to 30.
Don't forget me.
Yeah, choke on it, get over with so we can finish this movie up.
Come on.
No, please, don't do it. Don't die.
We didn't get to make Whoopi. Can't die yet.
Yeah, that is different. Most 80s films would definitely have the sex scene before
Yep.
the death.
Guy in the shades, man. It just annoys me.
You're just the tool. See, right now, this would be the awesome time to see Troutman kick some ass. If he's the guy who trained Rambo, let's see him kick some ass and take over.
So we get Rambo.
Yeah. Get her little jade. And it is nice that the Vietnamese and the Russians gave him time to dig this grave and to bury her.
Right?
Yeah. It's really nice of them. Although it's a mound, so I don't think he went all 6 feet, and he might have just gotten sand and stuff and covered the body.
And then the rain washes it away and then it's supposed to the body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't look like it's an actual dug grave, like you put stuff on it. So, yeah, she's going to be tiger food pretty soon.
Oh, Komodo dragon food.
Yeah.
It's like the best scene in the movie, other than the ending.
I love this bit, man. Come on, it's a lot of fun. This
is where he beats Chuck Norris. Sorry, mixing in action was okay.
Yeah. Hiding in the tree, okay, that's fine. Nothing too extreme.
Help!
Yeah. That was death number 32, by the way.
This is a horror movie, man.
And that right there obviously could be done. That's 33, except for you would think he would turn around to find out what happened to his friend. $34 with the arrow. They do kind of act like the Russian soldiers had no training. 35. See, like the gunfire didn't bring any other Russian soldiers to him. So it's 36. This is a real trap that could be made. Although why he can't scream, that's weird. Yeah, he's being dragged by vines. You would think his voice box would still be good.
All right.
Yeah. This one's weird. Oh, no. Yeah, this one I don't get. It's awesome, you know, when you see the eye open right here and he's covered in mud. But how did he get the other hand covered? That's 39, by the way. And 40, but that like, how long would he have stayed underwater? And if he ran out of breath, would he be like, ah, and then the Russians just shoot him down as he came up for air?
Razor in the mud. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know it looks cool, but it just doesn't make sense. It's.
I think of Predator.
Yeah, and now he's like perfectly clean.
I know, right?
Well, no, he was in the water. He had a bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fast moving water, you know. This
Right.
works
That's ridiculous fun. You guys better run, because once they clear that field, they should start shooting at them.
The chicken.
Yeah.
I think of hot shots right away.
Oh, by the way, if he runs in there, he's a dead man. That grass is sharp as hell. He'd cut himself up.
Yep. He's only one man.
I know. Well, he's about to take out about 50 or 60 people here, easily.
Are they trying to say
Didn't
that
Johnny Carson dress up as Rambo one time or something?
Yep. Yeah, I do remember that.
So what they're saying in this movie is that one American equals 30 guys.
Yeah, he wins the Vietnam War for us in this one. But yeah, that is some sharp shit.
Including the Russians, too.
That would hurt if he was running through there without a shirt.
Nice. I wish there was like English translations, but it's probably just speaking gibberish when they do their language. Uh-oh. See that chicken? Played a part.
Of course, he had to help out the team. I'd be more worried about the gas cans.
Right.
Yeah.
Boom. Whammy.
So, shall we just call it 100? Because he just killed everybody in the grass there. So I'll just say 100.
Your guesstimation. Here you go.
So we don't have to count them individually.
He destroyed 3 vehicles.
I love the air. I know it's ridiculous, but I love the arrow sound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did you just see that? The guy ran in front of the bullet line.
Right.
That is funny. See, those guys aren't dead. They're burning, but they're not dead. I don't think I count them. No, I'm just kidding.
Here comes my favorite scene right here. Another one. Or on the beach.
So here's something. You mentioned Kreese, and the thing is Kreese's character is a Vietnam veteran.
Yeah.
Or Kreese is a Vietnam veteran also.
That's right. That's us telling Rob. That's where Kreese got his start. This is what he really did in Vietnam.
Yeah. This is so America here. Yeah.
I love it.
You better run. No. The guy went on with a bang.
Boom! Just blows up the. That's awesome.
I think Rambo made his point.
Yeah.
Right. There you go. It's a napalm.
George Chung.
Hey, darn you, Vinny.
Chinese, by the way, not Vietnamese, but yeah. So, of course, I watched this with my dad, and he had to go over everything. And his, yeah, Rambo's dead after this, because that's not how napalm works. Yeah.
We'll just shoot violently. You know, he should be dead now.
Uh-huh.
Here he goes.
What I think is funny is the Mythbusters did the whole bullets in water thing, and they almost immediately lose all momentum.
Yep. If you're in shallow water, they can hit you. But
don't mess with Vinnie Jones; he will take you out.
I know this is like steroids version of Vinnie Jones.
I don't know. I don't know if I would ever get in a fight, and even if I had to kill somebody, like I was the bad guy on this one, there's too much of a chance of both of you accidentally falling out.
All right.
Yeah, why don't we just sit here, and then when the helicopter lands, we'll try to take each other out. Let's not be stupid.
And plus, that guy's he's a violation for uniform regulation. He's supposed to be wearing the actual full stuff.
Yeah, but he can't show off his muscles that way.
What good are they when they have a guy who's like 200 pounds is like choking the crap out of him? And he's gone. I love that fall where he flips.
Yeah, you just have the other guy.
The guy's like, no, I'll do it myself. Jumps out.
Well, it's the perfect flip that he does as he's thrown out. That's really
I love the pilot when he jumps out.
The helmet's loose.
Dun-dun-dun.
There you go. This is what you've been waiting the whole entire movie.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the 118.5 mark, and I'm just, again, not emotionally invested into it just because it's just an action movie with a few scenes, and that's it. And it's not bad, but it's just not
fun
Rambo.
with it, man. Just have
You're the one
fun
pointing
with
out all the tactics and stuff, sir.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun doing that, too.
Here comes the kills.
Well, he uses the copter for the setup, I think, at the end.
I wonder how many rockets he actually has on that thing.
Unlimited ammo.
I know, right?
Like
yeah, that's been all throughout the entire movie.
He's using a Game Genie.
So far, I'm up to about 115, only counting confirmed what you could see. That is a lot of gas.
I know, right?
16. I hate your Jeep.
Right.
That guy's not dead. He jumped out of that.
Out of the Jeep?
Yeah, actually looking at it, even forgetting the kill count numbers.
125.
The violence level of Rambo from 2008 was so much more graphic than this. It's not even funny.
With a knife? Yeah.
This is just cheese.
I know, it is cheese. I love it. It's American cheese. There he goes. This is
Yeah.
the
This
UHF.
has been parodied so many times.
I know, right?
Him getting out of the copter. Like I said, Weird Al Yankovic did a parody of this at this point.
Well,
So
also, what's his name does this too? Arnold Schwarzenegger picks up the 50 cal all the time. Like when they did the movie Expendables. He's like, no, I got the 50 cal.
so we're up to 140.
That guy's playing possum. That guy's dead. The dude got shot in the kidneys from behind.
Well, it'd be ridiculous if nobody got wounded, and you can't have it be Rambo.
I know. Rambo's like, shut up, I'm trying to fly.
I mean, it is cool that the prisoners are getting some screen time, not necessarily backstories, but yeah, this is definitely enough for to make you feel it.
Eric Bosco now.
Oh, and I remember because of Red Dawn, because of stuff like Top Gun in the following year, the MiGs were just built up like these were supposed to be the baddest ass of all helicopters, and
Iron Eagle the same way.
Yeah. So like this is something that Americans feared.
Yep.
Thanks to movies like this. Yeah, remember when Rambo said, man the guns? That's what he meant. Get on the goddamn machine gun. Fire back. He actually said that before he got in. Man the guns.
Yeah.
Nobody's grabbed onto it.
They've probably been eating 100 calories a day. They're just sitting there hoping they make it.
Yeah, you could either sit there and hope you make it, or you man the gun and help out.
Those 4 villagers.
Wait, there's a building you didn't blow up, Rambo. Go back. These villagers don't need their farms. There we go.
1 tree was killed in this movie. That guy's dead. I'll just say this: if I was with the prisoners, I'd be throwing up right now.
Probably so, considering, like Rob said, their bodies would not be in the best of shapes.
It's like everywhere.
And coming soon, the most ridiculous scene.
Where are they? They're gone. I don't think you move that fast, too. Like, how would he get over that fast to get down? Use warp speed.
Yep.
And why do you even park there?
Well, why wouldn't you just blow it up rather than?
Right? Yeah,
yeah. But
surprise, mother ever. Boom. It's a lit.
Yeah, you see that back blast when he fired that weapon? That would have cooked everybody in the back.
I know, right?
So yeah, I saved the PO. Oh shit!
I saved parts of them. We could build one.
This is awesome.
Mayday, Mayday. This is Rambo. I don't know how to fly.
Damn, Rambo movies were warm piss to the Thanos movies in terms of total kill.
Yep.
Cajun barbecue long pig for supper tonight. Ooh, that'd be nice. Yeah.
His career's over.
Yeah, I remember when I saw it in the theaters. The audience was just jacked, and not because of the explosions, because of the saving Americans and stuff. I mean, this was just awesome.
So one of the POWs died.
Not yet.
The dude looked brain dead. I don't think he's gonna make it.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I mean, heck, I've looked that bad on like the tilt-a-twirl or whatever, where I'm hoping I'm not going to lose my lunch. This guy got shot in the in the kidneys. Come on, man.
I love the sound effect of pulling the steam out.
Mm-hmm. I think you're a few seconds ahead of me.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just the noise when you hear that the gold puffs.
Yeah.
I can't breathe all this dry ice.
Well, the music definitely helps with the fact that they weren't speaking for like 15 minutes there. I mean, it really is exciting.
Yeah, it's a great score, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do that for us when we're doing the dead air. Let's put music in.
He grabs the machine gun. He's like, okay, I gotta talk to somebody.
Where is he? He's in there. I love he doesn't say anything. He just starts shooting everything up.
You can't make Sylvester Stallone look tall in a doorway.
I know.
Look, I would never want to get into a fight with him even now. The man's jacked, but he's only 4 foot tall.
Yeah. He's probably about 5'9".
Yeah, obviously I was being hyperbolic.
Yeah, but man, compared to
Dolph
Lundgren when he did Rocky 4.
Yeah. By the way, that gun would be getting hot, and so would those bullets.
Yeah.
And Murdoch just pulls a pistol. Bang! I knew you were coming. Thanks for the warning.
I still love the design of that old classic vending machine.
I'm coming for you.
Oh, he's wearing our necklace.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Wait, you didn't see him put it on? He put it on like during.
I went to take a leak like I would have in the theater at that boring moment.
Then bring me back my knife when you find him. So he leaves his knife there. But now he's got it back in his hand. Oh, is it on him?
Well, I think that's really the movie, though. I mean, as far as the story is just, hey, I'm risking some guys. Yes, they really do exist. Yes, America will win, and go get them. I mean, that's a very positive message. I mean, I try to look at it like from what he was trying to do, not so much that it's a cheese action movie.
Well, like I said, at the time there were 2,500 people missing. So why don't we find dog tags, a body or something, and give the parents and the wives and everything closure?
Well, yeah.
There's nothing that matches the speech at the end. And I think they could have had one right there. Definitely. You know, it's very quick, you know, they're out there, find them. Yeah, that's powerful, but
And his friends died there, and he says anything. Yeah. Don't hate your country, even though the war was wrong. My cheeseburger. He wants politicians to love them as much as they love America. You go get your music.
yep.
Is it the same song from the first movie?
Oh no,
First Blood song? Yeah.
Is this Michael McDonald?
No.
And cut. Come on back, Sly. All righty. There you go, man. We knew going in exactly what it was going to be. It's a lot of fun. It's like I said, it's American cheese. I still enjoy it. It's an entertaining film. It's just not a meaty film.
It's the white rice of Rambo movies.
No, it's not bad. It's not. It's definitely not the worst of them.
No, it's not. It's a decent film. It is what it is, and you said it perfectly at the beginning. It's your 80s action movie that has Rambo in it, and don't think too hard about it.
And just have fun. And yeah, we were making fun of it. I made fun of it as someone because I can recognize, as much as I enjoy it, that there's some ridiculous scenes in this. Yep. I'm sorry, you're not going to be running through those rice paddies. The whole bit where he's hiding to make the kills, I understand what they're going for, but they wouldn't make sense. Like I said, he's underwater, and it's not like he's got a cat tail or whatever we used to call it, where he could breathe through it or something. He's underwater holding his breath. So how long is he going to do that? And if he, at some point in time, he's going to come up, which if the Russians see him, mission accomplished. So there's a lot of ridiculousness to it. But to me, that's part of what makes it fun. You know?
That's 80s in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's you could look at it and go, well, it's just stupid. But yes, have fun with it.
Why wouldn't the Russians just kill him instead of torching him? And why would they just shoot him?
Well, because he's good PR for them and bad PR for us. If they caught somebody who was going in and doing all of this kind of stuff, then it would be like an admission that America is spying. And and that they got their butts kicked in Vietnam again. So yeah, that was a bit of Cold War stuff right there.
It's just like, Fast and the Furious or any of these types of scandals have gone on. These situations always happen, and they're just called by something else. But he's absolutely right with the PR stuff to it.
Yeah, and that's why they didn't kill him, because they could just, they could just look at make them have America look bad just by existing. Yeah.
Say the Morani wants to know, does Rambo 2 suffer from the fail syndrome of a middle movie in the trilogy?
No, that's coming. We're not going to be watching Rambo 3 next week because we want to, since the movie's coming out we only have one Sunday until the movie comes out. We're going to be watching Rambo, which is the better movie.
Right.
Yeah, the Rambo 3 is the bad one. Now, if we do watch Rambo 3, it'll be on an off day if Rob has some time off, or if I have some time off, we can watch it, on a not Sunday and then catch Rambo on Sunday, or if we're just free or if you guys want to do it, or if anybody's free to do it. But oh my goodness, the Rambo 3, from what I remember, has okay parts, but overall it is the worst.
They already have tickets on sale now. If you want to pre-order.
Yeah. I'm good. I like to go in the morning time, right? Because it's always like only $6 to get a ticket at an AMC if you go before noon.
These are for Thursday, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I'm definitely checking out Rambo when it comes out. Absolutely.
Are you gonna see it on the IMAX super screen?
Oh no. Down here we have the theater dine-in. But no, this is a fun film. I'm curious about Rambo 3. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think you'd be up for a Thursday or a Friday if it's all good?
Yeah. I'm good. I know what Rob's schedule's like.
I'll not be around those nights due to other professional commitments. So if you guys do 3, that's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you didn't mind if we ran it just so we have it in the bank, or we could wait until afterwards. I mean, it's Rambo 3. I don't think anybody's.
This is typical 80s movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cheese fest. You see it once or twice. Other than I'm Coming for You and one or two other scenes, it's forgettable to me. You want something that's more enjoyable to watch, go check out on the one show that we have only on the 2 Xtreme movie show, the horror show, Xtreme, or it's Impulse with William Shatner.
Yep.
Very weird movie. He's a gigolo serial killer. It's shot on a micro budget here in Central Florida. So that's what we debuted it with a week or so ago. But we've been having some technical difficulties. I don't recall if they showed up in the stream or not, but it's just a really bizarre flick. I'd rather sit and watch that in the theater than this Rambo movie, because this Rambo movie is just there. It just exists. Takes up shelf space. But it's still better than probably anything that I've seen this year.
Yeah, he had the pimp suit on too, which is really great.
Oh, he's got fantastic wardrobe in this as well. Not a lot of solid choices aesthetically in this particular.
What other movie can you get William Shatner pulling up to a girl and saying, "Hey, little girl, you need a ride"?
Which was the original title, yeah.
All righty, gang. Anybody have anything else to say about Rambo 2? You want to add?
Go see it if you haven't. It's worth it.
It's the best toxic masculinity you could ever watch.
Yeah. Well, I would hope that if they made it to this point in the commentary, that they've actually turned it on. They've been watching it as well. So if anybody is watching and you've got something to say, by all means, put it in the comments section. Let us know what kind of movies you would like to see this done for, and come on to the live stream and join us. Join the conversation. Make it a little bit more fun. Like, thank everybody who was in the conversation today, and definitely Rob and Venkman for joining. I have a lot of fun with these commentaries.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna go get an ice cold glass of Coke.
Dude, if we ever do double team with Von Damme and that colorful hair basketball player, Dennis Rodman.
Yes.
Oh my God. That is the worst Coke product placement I've ever seen. I'm going to save it for that. But by all means, gang, thank you very much for joining. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. And Rob,
cheers, guys.
Stay extreme.
Extreme.
Good night.
Extreme.